Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Happy Monday, everyone. This week, we're going to be in the book of Philippians, and I want to read a prayer where Paul is writing to the church of Philippi. This whole book, he's actually in prison, in chains, for preaching the gospel. And he is praying for this church of Philippi, which is absolutely amazing. It really just shows, obviously, Paul's heart, his care and compassion for the local body, the local church, the church of Philippi. And this is his prayer. And this is my prayer for all of you. It's really a prayer for myself as well. Starting in verse 9 of Philippians chapter 1 says, I pray that your love will overflow more and more, and that you will keep on growing in knowledge and understanding. And I don't ever want to become stagnant. I don't ever want to feel like I've arrived, because when you feel like you've arrived, you stop growing, you become stagnant, and you start declining. But why don't we continue to grow in wisdom and stature and favor with man and with God? That's Luke 2:52, by the way. But that's my prayer for all of us today, is that we would continue to grow in our love, our understanding. You know, this month, this following month in December, this time of the year, we get together with friends, we get together with family, and there can be bickering, and there could be things that get brought up. And why don't we grow in love rather than tearing down? Why don't we build up rather than belittle? I want to encourage you to do that as you interact with other people, as you interact with your friends, and as you interact with your family. And he continues on, and verse 10 says this, for I want you to understand what really matters. What really matters? What really matters, so that you may live pure and blameless lives until the day of Christ's return. You see, if we don't focus on what matters, we're not going to live pure and blameless lives. Now, we're never going to be perfect. However, if we don't focus on what matters, and what matters, well, let's go back to the previous verse, and the prayer is that we continue to grow in love and care and knowledge and wisdom. That's what we need. That's what matters. And how can we do that? The Word of God. Hey, you're a step along the way right now by listening to this, by watching the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. So thank you for that. Verse 11, may you always be filled with the fruit of salvation, the righteous character produced in your life by Jesus Christ. For this will bring much glory and praise to God. You see, we are made right, not by our own doing, not by our good works, but by Jesus Christ. You see, he paid the price on the cross. And I want you to recognize that and understand, and to continue to grow in that love for God, so that you can continue to grow that love for your friends, for your family members, for strangers. See, that's what God's called us to do. And that's my prayer for you. That's my prayer for me. Let's continue to grow in our wisdom, continue to grow in our love for one another. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.